Hello students, today we are going to talk about parametric equations. In the case where certain coefficients of an equation contain one or several variables, the equation is called parametric and the letters are called real parameters. In this case, we solve and discuss the equation for parameters only. In simple words, parametric equations are equations with certain parameters. Then we have to solve for the equation and then discuss for parameters only. Examples. Number 1. Solve and discuss the equation 2 minus 3m times x plus 1 equals to m squared times 1 minus x, where m is a parameter. Just here we have an equation. Then the parameter is m, which means that we are going to solve for x. We find the value of x and we have to discuss on a parameter which is m. Solution. Our equation is 2 minus 3m x plus 1 equals to m squared 1 minus x. So here we have 2 minus 3m times x plus 1, which is equal to m squared minus m squared x. Then we need to take this. The first side you get 2 minus 3m x plus m squared x equals to m squared. Take this one, the second side you get negative 1. And now here we get m squared minus 3m plus 2, have x out of brackets, which is equal to m squared minus 1. Then we get x, which is equal to m squared minus 1 divided by m squared minus 3m plus 2. Now we are going to factorize the numerator and the denominator. Just m squared minus 1 is equal to, it is m minus 1. I think that you remember, m plus 1. Then m squared minus 3m plus 2 is equal to, it is m squared minus m minus 2m plus 2. Just we can group terms, equals to m squared minus m brackets minus 2m minus 2. Here we put m out of brackets. Then here it is m minus 1 minus 2 out of brackets m minus 1. Now we get m minus 1 times m minus 2. Therefore, our x now is equal to, it is m minus 1 m plus 1 over m minus 1 m plus 2. Now simplify, then we get x, which is equal to m plus 1 m plus 2. Now we are going to discuss, no sorry, here it is m minus 2. Now we are going to discuss now on the parameter m. Our x is equal to m plus 1 over m minus 2. As you see on the denominator you have m minus 2. Then if m is equal to 2, we are not able to get x because automatically we replace m by 2, we get 0 on the denominator. Then case number one is if m is different from 2, then the solution is x equals to m plus 1 over m minus 2. Just since if m is different from 2, we are able to get x. Case number 2, if m is equal to 2, as you see, replace m by 2, we get 0 in the denominator, then there is no solution. Example number 2. Discuss about the solution of the equation m plus 1 times x equals to 2x plus m plus 2, where m is a parameter. Solution, our equation is m plus 1 times x equals to 2x plus m plus 2. Now we get m plus 1. We take these 2x in the first side, we get negative 2x equals to m plus 2. We put x out of brackets, get m plus 1 minus 2, which is equal to m plus 2. Now I have x m minus 1, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, equals to m plus 2. Now x is equal to m plus 2 over m minus 1. Now we need to discuss m. Case number 1. Number 1, if m is different from 1, then the solution is x is equal to x plus 2 over m minus 1. Case number 2, if m is equal to 1, as you see, I will get 0 in the denominator, then there is no solution. Example number 3. Sketch the parametric curve for the following set of parametric equations. Have x which is equal to t squared plus t, y is equal to 2t minus 1, and t is between negative 2 and 1. Solution, just to have x which is equal to t squared plus t, and y which is equal to 2t minus 1. Then t is between negative 1 to 2. Just have t which is member of this interval here, negative 2 to 1. As you see, we are able to get the values of t from negative 2 to 1. Now, to get the x and y, we need to replace t by its values. So we need to make a table of values where we should have values of t, and then at the end we are going to look for x and y by replacing t by its value. Table of values, just here we have t, we have x and y, have negative 2, negative 1, negative half, 0, 1. If t is equal to negative 2, we get x which is 2 and y negative 5. If t is equal to negative 1, we get 0 here, then negative 3 here. If t is equal to negative half, we get negative half, get negative 2 here. Then if t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, then y is equal to negative 1. If t is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 1. As you see, we have different points. We have 2, negative 5, we have 0, negative 3, we have negative 1 over 2, negative 2, we have 0, negative 1, and we have 2, 1. Now, coordinates that we have, coordinates, we have 2, negative 5, 0, negative 3, negative half, negative 2, 0, negative 1, and 2, 1. Now we are going to plot those points on a Cartesian plan. Just here we have x-axis, and here we have y-axis. We have 0 here, have 1, have 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, have 1, 2, have here we have negative 1, then I have negative 2, here I have negative 4, then I have negative 5. The first point is 2, negative 5, then we get a point here. The second one is 0, negative 3, we have a point here. The next is negative half, negative 2. Negative half, this is a point, then negative 2 is a point here, then we get a point here. The next point is 0, negative 1. It is a point here. The last point is 2, 1. 2, 1, now we get a point here. Now we have to sketch the curve, the parametric curve. Need to sketch the parametric curve. Okay, as you see, this one is a parametric curve. Parametric curve. As you see, we have a parabola. We have a parabola that opens. That opens to the right. We have a parabola that opens to the right. Now you have exercise to do. Discuss about the solution of the equation where m is a parameter. Just to have exercise number 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.